today we're hosting Moran. Moran is a 34-year-old. She lives in Petah Tikva, which was actually one of the cities who got one of the most missiles the last Iran attack. So here's a fun but not a fun fact. She holds a bachelor degree in medical science and worked at a global company conducting clinical research worldwide. In her role, she is responsible for initiating clinical trials in hospitals across Israel. Moran began her reserve duty as a lieutenant, and over the years received Certificate of Excellence and was promoted throughout the rank of major. I can say personally it was very exciting, and we're very happy and proud of her for all the certificate that she got over the year, really for, I think, almost every position that she did. She got an excellent on it. She knows what she's doing. Outside of her professional work, she really, really likes traveling. She traveled for almost 30 countries, around the world. She asked if she can consider the U.S. as a free country. I said no. And also she happens to organize a really, really good food tours in Israel. So whenever you will come visit, she will take you for a food tour. And personally, Moran is my older sister, and I'm very, very happy and honored to have her here with us and share a little bit about her last reserve duty and what she was doing. And that's it. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, everyone. Before I start, I said that I'm really nervous to be here. You don't answer me. Okay, louder. Say that.
Stress her out more. We're just family.
So before I start, if something is not clear, just tell me, and maybe if needed, Adi will assist us.
I think your natural voice only at the moment.
Okay, now you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So today's talk is divided for two parts. The first one is my personal story during the October 7th, and the second part is about my reserve service through the war. So before October 7th, it feels like in Israel, like completely normal. There is no tension in the air, like everything feels so normal. Adi and Craig were supposed to get married on the 19th of October. So Craig's mom arrived to Israel, and we all traveled together. It was during a Sukkot holiday. So we all traveled together in Israel. I joined them because it was the holiday. So it was really fun time. In the 6th of October, it was a Sukkot holiday eve. So we went to my father's house, and we ate dinner, all of us. And on the way back, my Natalie, she's my best friend, she called me and she told me that she needs to go with her younger daughter to the hospital in Petah Tikva. So I told her that I will join her because the hospital is next to my house. So I just back to my house, take a few things, and go to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, I just called to Adi, but she didn't answer, so I assumed that her phone is on silent mode. So we arrived to the hospital. The doctors begin running some tests for the baby, for Natalie's baby. And you know, in the hospital, there is a lot of time you need to spend time, because when you wait for the result, it takes time. So we spoke about a lot of things, about our friends, our family. So Natalie told me about her brother's husband. Her brother's husband is, the name is Adir. His name is Adir. And he's a basic training commander in the Sikkim base. He's spending the holiday with his soldiers in the base. And like, he loved to be in the army. He liked to be in the army. He liked to be a commander with the soldiers. But his girlfriend not like it so much, because she lives in Ofakim. Let's see. She lives in Ofakim, and he lives in Modi'in. so it's very far from each other, and he goes home only in the weekends, so it's very hard for them to meet, and they want to get married, so it was very difficult for them. So he wants that Adir will release from the army and will not continue. In one of the times that I go into the hallways in the hospital, I start hear a sirens. But it was not a real siren. I thought that someone see a video with a siren or something. So I continue, and after that, in my second round in the hallway, I saw a crew of Magen David Adom. It's like the EMS here, the ambulance crew. I saw them gathering together in front of the TV. So it was almost 7 a.m. in the morning, what they see on the TV. So I go there, and I saw that there is rockets on Sderot. This is Sderot. It's next to the Gaza border. You need to understand, rockets on Sderot, it's not something so rare. It's something that happens once in a while. It can happen once in a few months, once in a few weeks. So I don't get excited too much. Like, I don't think that something is really happening. So after, I don't know how much time, the rockets start to go like norther than Sderot. But I was not sure what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm supposed to call to my family, like, because of rockets in the south. It was Saturday morning, like Shabbat baboker. My family was asleep. My family loved to sleep late. So I did. So I didn't know if I should call them because of it. So when the rockets arrived to the area of Rehovot, I decided that I will call them. My family lives in Modi'in, and in most of the houses in Modi'in, we have it's a safe room, but it's effective only if you close the window. And the window is very heavy window. It's not like window that you come and close. Like, you need to close it and then lock it. So it's heavy and take time. Like, not a lot of time, but it's take time. And in the center of Israel, when the siren is started, so we have 19 seconds from the moment that the siren starts until the missiles arrive to the area. So I thought that I need to call them because they need to wake up, close the window, and to be prepared. So I called to my parents, I called to my father, to my mother, and then I supposed to call to Adi and Craig, but I know that Adi's phone is on silent mode. So I'm supposed to call to Craig. I'm supposed to call the American that never experienced a war, never been in a shelter, and with his mother that just arrived a few days ago to Israel. So I really didn't know what to say. And from the other hand, like, the rocket's supposed to come, so what I'm supposed to do? So I called to Craig, and it's go like this. Hi, Craig. Boker tov. Good morning. A war was started. Can you please give the phone to Adi? So I think a few minutes later, the sirens were started in Modi'in and Petah Tikva, the place that I was in the hospital. So after that, Yossi, Natalie's husband, always kept update us what's happening. And all this time, he was in touch with his brother, that his brother served in the Zikim base. It's on the Gaza border. So we were very afraid about him because it's just in the border. So he was in touch with him, and he give us updates. And also he gave us updates from Telegram. Telegram, it's encrypted program that everyone can open a channel and broadcast whatever you want there. So Yossi, Natalie's husband, was on non-official news channel on Telegram. Because in the news, they say only about the rockets. They didn't say about other things. So he told us that people from Gaza crossed the border to Israel. And I said to Natalie, come on, you really believe it? You really believe that people cross the border from Gaza? Like, I cannot imagine this. So after the time, he continued to give us some updates. And after that, like, more and more information come in, only from Telegram. The official news didn't say nothing about this, only about the rockets. And after that, Yossi told us, like, people was kidnapped to Gaza, and that terrorists shooting civilians on the street. And I told to Natalie, come on, your husband is exaggerating. Like, the news, the official news, didn't say nothing. Like, you really think that this thing can happen? Like, I was sure that it's not something that can happen. Meanwhile, Adir stopped answering to Yossi. So we were sure that, he's busy with his soldiers. So, but we started to worry, but we understand why he did not answering. At the same time, we saw a lot of security guards, like running on the hospitals and stand on the entrance of the hospital. And we also saw security and doctors, like change to IDF uniform and go out with the bags. It was surreal. And so by noon, we released from the hospital, and Natalie asked me that I just want to go back home and sleep like forever. But Natalie asked me to go to my mother's house in Modi'in, just that I will be by myself. So I said, okay. And I just go to my house, just prepare a bag for 2 nights, like, small bag. And I went to Modi'in, to my mother's house. On the way, I talked to Natalie and I asked her, what about Adir, if they hear something from him? She said no. So I told her that I will not put my phone on a silent mode. I will go to sleep, and if something happened, just call me. So I went to sleep, and at 5 p.m., Natalie calls me, crying and whispering, he's dead. At the time that I went to sleep, Yossi, Natalie's husband, go around the hospitals in the south, and eventually in the Brazilai hospital in Ashkelon, the crew in the hospital told him that his brother was killed. So I took Natalie from Modi'in. We drive all the way to Ashkelon, to the hospital. If you imagine a war zone, so this is how it looks like. This is how I imagine a war zone, like with the broken glasses, with the fallen power lines. This is how the area near to Ashkelon looks like. So we arrived to the hospital, and because Ashkelon it's next to the border with Gaza, so all the hospital is a safe place. Like all the hospital is like a shelter. So a few minutes after we arrived to the hospital, a siren was started, and I think to myself, like, we're so lucky that it started only after we arrived to the hospital and not before, because in Ashkelon you have 15 minutes. Second, sorry. From the moment that it started until the rockets arrived to your area. So we've been there in the hospital, and after that I go back to Modi'in, and when you have 15 seconds, you just open the window in case that the sirens will start, and pray all the way that there is no siren. The day after, I go to be with Natalie's daughters. She has 3 beautiful daughters that I love. On the way to their house, I opened the radio. I listened to the radio, and I hear the broadcaster said all the names of the fallen soldiers that falling on the October 7th. In Hebrew, we said "hutar lepirsom," permitted for publication. There are two words that break every Israeli heart, because it means that family has been notified on their loved one's death. On the way, when I listen, I hear a familiar name. The name was Nathaniel Young. Nathaniel Young is the brother of my uncle's wife. His man made Aliyah alone from London. His parents lived there. He made Aliyah to join to the IDF. He was a Golani soldier. Golani soldier, they are combat soldiers. And he was killed fighting with a Hamas terrorist near to Zikim base. It's the same area that, sorry, the same area that Adir kills, Tai. This war was still devastating, like for everyone in Israel. Like every single one in Israel knows at least one person that was killed. And I just want to say that it's never happened. Like until now, we have the Hutar Lepirsum list names on the radio. Like every few days, we hear these names, the following names. At the end of 2024, December 2024, another friend of mine, Moshe Rosenwald, he was a classmate of mine. We studied in the same school. He was killed in Rafah, and he left behind a wife and a baby. So this lecture is dedicated of their memory of Adir Aboudi, Nathaniel Young, and Moshe Rosenwald. I welcome you to take a picture of the slide if you want. And next week is the Israel Memorial Day. So if you want, you can light a candle for them if you want. So this was my story about the October 7th. And after the October 7th, I was started with my reserve service. On 2009, I joined to the IDF, and I served as a liaison officer. I pronounced it right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was responsible for a reserve unit. In 2012, I was discharged from active duty, and since then, for about 14 years, I've been serving in the reserve. I serve as a human resource officer in a special unit. My job is to manage the manpower, the recruitment, assignments, and problem solving, but I also like to take active part in the field missions. So at the beginning of the war, right after October 7th, my unit was responsible to evacuating heavy vehicle damage inside Gaza, like tanks and bulldozer, by using a large winch truck. Winch truck is a massive vehicle with a thick cable that can pull damaged tanks into trucks when they can't move on their own. I will show you in a minute what it is, because I didn't know what it is. There were many anti-tank missile hits. So in many cases, most of the people in the tank were killed with the anti-tank missiles. This mission began immediately after October 7th. So I didn't know that when bulldozers and tanks and T9 drive on the roads, all the roads are damaged. so I didn't know it. But so when you go to this area, to the Gaza area, all the roads there was like damaged, so you cannot drive in your car like regularly. When we go there, we saw a lot of Israeli houses like destroyed, burned with the shooting holes. So these views was extremely difficult. I just want to show you. These both pictures. This is the atmosphere, like how it felt next to the border, next to the Gaza border. There is a lot of Israeli people that came and support, like make food, bake cakes, like just to come with things to support, and it feel like very good. We feel powerful when we feel the support from the people. And in this picture, you can see all this area, it's Gaza. And this smoke, it's the smoke from our tanks that shooting to Gaza. And this is, I took a gentle picture that you can see here, a roof that was damaged. I think this is, I'm not sure what is, which city it is. Okay, this is the damaged vehicles. Oh, just a second. And here you can see two tanks. This tank hit by an anti-tank missile. I didn't know that tank after anti-tank missile look like this. I was sure that all the tank will be damaged, but no. When an anti-tank hits, the hole is like this texture. It's very small hole, but it's killed all the people inside. So this is the cable that, in this case, the tank goes down, but in other cases, like the cable are connected to the tank and then pull the tank on the truck. I took this video on Zikim base. Like everything is around the same base next to the Gaza border. Okay, so this was our first mission. We're done with this mission in January 2025, after 4 months of this mission. And so January 2025, I back to my work. And in April 2024, I started a new mission. It's managing the humanitarian aid to Gaza. We escort trucks loaded mostly with food from Jordan borders to the Gaza borders. Just to give you a sense of scale, what we needed Israeli police escort, because they make all the roadblocks and the green lights on the traffic lights, because we just need to ensure that the convoy never stopped. We also needed border police soldiers to guide the drivers, because the drivers was Jordanian drivers. Like they didn't know the law in Israel, they didn't know the mentality. So in major intersections, we just place a soldier with the signs where they're supposed to go. There were many challenges. The driver didn't speak Hebrew of course, and also English they didn't speak. It's also a different mentality. Like if the driver wants to stop, he will stop. It's not like never, I don't know, like he will stop everywhere. Yeah, in the middle of the road, he will stop. And also, I find it funny, they just smoke shisha on the truck, like in the middle of the way, they smoke shisha. On the truck was constantly, the truck was old and constantly broken down. And from the Israeli side, it was Israeli protesters that block the roads, take a picture of us, and sometimes they try to harm the drivers. So it was pretty difficult. My role in the mission was to manage all the personnel. Like I built the shift schedule, recruiting, releasing soldiers, and making sure that we have enough manpower, like every day. In January 2025, during the second hostages release deal, Israel committed to deliver massive amount of humanitarian aid to Gaza. So we needed more manpower, so we recruited many new soldiers. At the peak, we were over 100 soldiers at this mission. We worked like day and night on this mission. During this period, I told you that I left to join to the field, to the missions, so I joined to the team that escort convoys from Gaza, from Gaza, all the way from here back to Jordan. To do the convoys was emotionally and physically exhausted. Like we work hours and it was very difficult. But I always reminded myself what we are doing in it. Like I taking active part on the releasing of the hostages. Like it's give me I was so proud on myself. So it feels very good. So every time that I felt bad, I just reminded to myself.
I just want to say one thing about the map. I know when Moran is saying, like, we drove from here, it was long, and it doesn't seem long because of the map, and you're used to, like, bigger distances. I'm saying, like, for Israelis, like, driving from Modi'in to Ashkelon, it's a long ride, especially when you have missiles shooting at you. So, and from the Gaza Strip to Jordan, again, it doesn't look a very long ride, but it is very long. So just, I know it looks small, but it is long, especially during wartime when you don't know where the alarm can find you.
That sign up there says Golan, is that the same thing as the Golan Heights?
Mm-hmm. That's the Golan Heights.
Okay, so I see that on CBS News a lot.
Yeah.
Why did the
Broadcast
supplies
stuff a
come
lot
from
about.
Jordan?
What?
Why did the supplies come from Jordan?
They provide it. Israel just take it from Jordan to Gaza, but Jordan provide it. They want to provide it, so the Israeli government.
Their contribution was their drivers on their trucks, and then it was your job to get the logistics to get it there.
Yeah. So most of the way, as I show you, was next to the Dead Sea. I love this area. I find it very beautiful. Yeah, so these pictures. These pictures. I took this picture, it was nice. All these pictures taken next to the Dead Sea. This is the border crossing that all the trucks move into Jordan. And if you remember, I told you that one of the things that we film, like people take picture of us. So we wear hats and masks because no one wants to be in the news.
I take it that was the more hard-lined Israelis that were doing the protests on the road?
Yeah, it was hard. Like, and it's also make like a lot of traffic jams and all the protesting, like it's caused a lot of traffic jams and it make delays. Like it can be 12 hours to do it from side to side because of the protesters. And I want to show you, I hope that you will see it, how the convoy look like. Like this is the Jordanian trucks, and between every few trucks, it was a car from my unit. And if the driver need to stop, I don't know why, because there is something in the truck or he just need to pee, I don't know. So we stand next to him, and after that, we escort him back to the convoy. Okay, at the highest of the mission, we escort convoys of nearly 400 trucks, which sometimes cause enormous traffic jams. So this is a report from the news about the, you can read it? Yeah.
No.
Okay, you only speak. So kids late for school because of the convoys, because of all the traffic jams. And all the time it was reporting on the news if the humanitarian aid will continue, if it not continue, like we didn't know when it will stop. So after the hostages deal, we finish our mission. We're done with our mission. On March 2025, it was 11 months, almost a year. So I will show you one video. This is from our, this is a video from a unit.
בעקבות הלחץ
מה לעשות?
האמריקני והבינלאומי, ישראל מגדילה משמעותית את הסיוע ההומניטרי לעזה.
As we have said,
לא יודעת איך.
since day one, Israel is at war with Hamas, not the people of Gaza.
That's used for the Rocky theme.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy. And if you have any question, please ask.
I have a question. So all the equipment that it stays in Gaza needs to be removed out of Gaza.
Right.
That, the Israeli, like tankers, guns, everything. So how do they get it to you? Like you have to remove them.
We evacuate only the damaged, heavy vehicles, only the damaged, because all the others can be go to the regular trucks. But we use the winch truck only for the damaged vehicles.
But who brings it? Like
What? Who brings it
the
inside to
soldiers-
Gaza?
the
Yeah, the
soldiers.
unit do it by themselves. They just don't know how to evacuate like the damaged one.
And why to even bring them out of Gaza?
Why? Because it's related. It's for Israel. Why to put it
They can
there?
use it. They can use it. They could use it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can.
fix
They can.
it and use it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You ask why do not leave
Yeah,
in?
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
don't want to leave it.
Yeah, no, we can reuse it. Anyway, we don't leave anything in Gaza, even if not used. We don't want them to use this or use other parts. We not leave anything in Gaza. Yes.
Yeah, from what I remember reading on the Israeli wars as far back as 1973, your tank repair, recovery and repair units are superb. on the Golan front, you ended up with more tanks at the end of the war than you had at the beginning,
Yeah.
because they recovered most of the Syrian armored corps as well as the damaged Israeli tanks.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they still use them.
I can't imagine you've gotten any less capable, if anything, probably more.
Yeah.
I don't know if I fully understood, how many convoys, it was 10 months that you did this with? the
Yeah,
convoys?
11.
So it took how many hours for each convoy, and you did multiple convoys over that time?
I don't know. I don't remember how
But
many
you did
convoy.
multiple.
Yeah, it was multiple. During the hostages deal, it was like by day and night. Like in the night, they go from Jordan to Gaza, and in the day, during the day, we go back from Gaza to Jordan. The large convoy can take like more than 6 hours, and the small one was take almost 4 hours.
It was like kind of 12 hours round trip, you're saying, or 6 hours to go from Jordan to Gaza, and then another 6
The
hours
team,
back.
we were different teams to do it. Like we didn't be the same team like doing the go and forward. Yeah, we changed the team because it's very hard work.
Even the drivers, you had multiple.
The drivers,
Jordanian
no, the Jordanian drivers were the same drivers, but I think they're like 2 drivers on a truck. They can switch, yeah. And when they came to Gaza, it takes time to reload all the food and the trucks from the trucks. So it takes time. So we take the convoy to Gaza. They reload it, not reload. What? Unload. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. And then a new team will come and take them to back to Jordan. Yeah, we were at the highest time. We were 4 teams. 4 teams that doing that. Like team for the day, team for the night. Like 2 teams for the day, 2 teams for the night to escort the convoy.
Like multiple over the.
Yeah, because it was constantly. It was every day. So we don't want to exaggerate our soldiers. So it was like we split between the shifts.
And what was in the trucks? What type of people? Was it medical? Was it?
Mostly food.
Food.
Yeah,
What kind of food?
rice. How we say
Like
full.
non-perishables or something?
I
It's
think,
like you had hummus, like
Cans,
stuff in
cans.
Yeah, like
yeah.
shelf stable.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they used to show on the news what it was in the convoys because of people were thinking that, they didn't send any help.
Yeah, I think that it was not published enough how much help we help to move from Jordan to Gaza.
So I was just gonna ask, so like all in the US, it was like, okay, there's humanitarian aid from the UN or the US, wherever, everything came from Jordan. Was this I guess my question is was this the only route that the aid took, or did it
No.
come from other places as well?
It's also come from other places, but this is what we did. So we were not the only one that did it. I know that it was some aid that came from the sea to Gaza. Yeah.
How did Israel inspect those trucks to make sure that there are no military equipment, arms, munition, and so on? What was the extent of examining these trucks? And do you know?
I didn't understand your question.
And Hebrew, you just tell him in Hebrew.
Ima?
את המשאיות, לוודא שאין
Yeah.
נשקים ודברים כאלה.
Yeah, yes, you told me. So first of all, the Shabak, how you say Shabak?
Shabak, okay, yeah.
No, the
Security services, the intelligence.
the general service, I don't know.
Security service. in
Yeah.
Israel.
They check the drivers, like they receive the driver's name before, and also the border police also check that there is some, I don't know how to say it, like X-ray that you put the truck like an X-ray, and then they can see everything inside, and they catch. Like I think they catch one time they found something like more than one, but they found something. Sometimes they found something there.
And one, actually, my question was prompted by one of the pictures there, or one of the, when you showed the TV news.
Yeah, it
they're
was.
talking about.
Yeah.
But that was what I read there, is it was found when it was already in Gaza.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there
it
was
was
something in
missed.
there.
Yeah, so I wonder how much was missed in this, and how.
I'm not
how-
sure that it was in our convoy, but
No, I'm not.
Yeah, but.
No,
I'm
no.
not, I'm not
I'm not
blaming
saying.
you.
No, I know. I know.
was just
I know,
wondering
but
if
Smuggled in
they-
is what you.
yeah.
how
Yeah,
much
yeah.
was missed. I know that they examined them.
Yeah.
before
I'm
they
not
let
sure
them
what
into
I'm not sure
Israel at all.
what kind of exams they doing on the Gaza borders.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they do the same checking, but I really don't know.
And what was it smuggled there?
They smuggle some military equipment, whatever.
I'm
in
not sure what
Hebrew
is in
called
Hebrew.
amlach.
It's like a
It
shortcut.
mean,
Amlach.
means
אמצעי לחימה. It's
munition or
Oh,
whatever it is.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But I think, Mayor, for your question, I'm sure they smuggled it. Let's be real.
A lot.
But I don't think we can actually know it right now. How much did they smuggle? We may find out later when they will decide to do something again. But I feel like because the amount was so big, like you said, the one time it was like 400 trucks.
Yeah.
It's hard to
No, I'm
actually
sure.
cover
I
everything.
just I wonder firsthand if she has firsthand knowledge of how they inspect each of
We
the trucks.
we
You said there was some kind of an X-ray scanner.
Yeah. like we meet the drivers after the checking point, so I didn't
Oh,
saw
so they
them.
already went through, right?
Yeah. I just want to add that we know that the driver smuggle some things, because usually they stop next to a Bedouin. איך אומרים Bedouin? Bedouin. You know what Bedouin is?
Yeah.
So sometimes they stop like next to Bedouin city, stop, throw something, and continue. Yeah, so we don't know what is it, but I don't know, but we just know that these kinds of things happened.
Were you actually on the convoy, or you handled the logistics to like get it across? Like, did you go with the convoy?
Yeah. I joined to the convoy from January to March, like 3 months, sorry. I was joined to the convoy.
So you will be driving that back and forth?
Yeah, on the second hostages release, and in the deal that like we need to do it like the work was it was a lot of convoys to escort, so I joined then.
So when they call you off the reserve duty, do you know a finite start and an end? Or
No.
they call you up and they say, this is your job, and then you'll find out later?
Yeah.
I just want to add something, that this was not new. It didn't happen just during when the hostages, Israel, before October 7th, there were approximately 400 trucks who were crossing every day from Israel into Gaza in 3 separate
Entry points.
entry point. And so Israel was familiar with
Thank you.
this process of inspecting and so on, so it was not new. Some of these trucks came from Israel itself, but some also came. There was a lot of trade with Jordan and so on. So the common complaint about Israel is that it was choking Gaza, that it was starving Gaza, that it was a jail. And it's really unfounded. Israel allowed huge amount of merchandise, food and so on to cross into Gaza on a regular basis. One of the thing that was sanctioned was cement, after they found out that most of the cement was going to building
The tunnels.
tunnels.
Yeah.
I think very quietly, somebody in the UN admitted that they were not gonna starve, but it was very
Yeah.
like, it,
Right.
it did happen, and then they came out, but it was like very quietly that of course nobody was gonna die and nobody was starving.
Yeah, I
But
would
they
think
did,
by now,
it
if
was on CNN.
the early reports were
Yeah.
anywhere near accurate, there should be about 50 to 100,000 Palestinians starved to death, and I don't think it's more than maybe a few dozen.
Right,
How did the aid actually get distributed once it made it into Gaza? Were there aid groups there? Was the UN distributing it? Were you guys yourselves doing it?
No, it's not was us. I know that it was discussion about it. In some parts, the U.S. was responsible to share it there, but because it's at the beginning it was I think Hamas, like from their government, but then they saw that the civilians was not getting there, so I think the U.S. was responsible. Like it was some organizations from that U.S. responsible,
there was UNRWA, who was,
Like,
but it was not like Israel.
large amount was hijacked by Hamas
Yeah.
and their
Yeah,
armed men, and but there were some multiple international organizations were involved. At a certain point, the American government positioned their own people to do that and so on. But
yeah.
the Israelis were never involved in the actual distribution.
Was that impromptu group that Trump put together at about the time of the main truce that's in theory still in effect?
Yeah.
so will you be, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, on the map, what did the red towns signify?
It's just the town that we had. I found a map in the.
And the internet?
I just found a map on the internet, and all the red. It's one that we add.
One that you what?
You
We add to the map.
Added.
Yeah, the names in red were not on the map.
Oh, you just added them?
Yeah.
We added it
Got it.
because, yeah, they're relevant to the story, but the red dot itself doesn't mean anything. It's just part of the design of
Of the map, yeah.
of the map.
Something that I would point out, from what I understand, prior to the formation of Israel and for centuries before, your Bedouin tribes moved pretty freely in that part of the world, what we now call Jordan, southern Israel, Egypt, Sinai. And you had families, relatives, and everything scattered out over a lot of areas. So and a lot of the Jordanians, in particular, in certain units of their army, are actually drawn from Jordan's Bedouin tribes.
Yeah.
So it's not inconceivable that your truckers weren't simply throwing
Yeah,
gifts
yeah,
or
this is
notes
what
to the
we-
Bedouin of their
This
own,
is what we
relatives
assume
as they
that.
passed by.
Yeah.
Now, if the Bedouin in the villages were passing packages back to them, that could have been a bigger problem.
Yeah.
You're not sure what the heck they're giving them.
At least it's not like something harm, so we ignore it.
So are you still in the reserve?
I'm here. Yeah, but probably when I'm back, I will back to the reserve.
How long can you be in the reserve? Your whole life?
Hopefully
Like-
not.
Hopefully
Well,
not,
but
but
you
at least,
can.
yeah, no, but at least there is a war, so I will be there. But
How long is a flight from Israel to the United States based on how you travel?
I think 11 hours. It depends, like the back and forward, it's not the same. Like when I back to Israel, it will be 1 hour less,
It's
something like that.
10.5 to 12 hours.
Yeah,
Or like Swiss and LA or San Francisco or Chicago? Or
No, Newark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just wondered.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Toda
Oh.
raba.
now Margot wants the. You want your video?
We got it. Wait, let me turn the volume down.
Yeah.
I think we can finish the live in that. Not the live.